Hey everyone, welcome to your midweek love break. Super excited to have you guys on here. I'm gonna pop into my own Facebook page and I'm gonna share this. I want to encourage you guys, every Wednesday we're on here. It's 6:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Where are you guys at? Put it in the comments. I want to see where you guys are at. Because this is kind of a fun time, right? It's kind of happy hour time. I've had some people say you should call this like your marriage happy hour, your relationship happy hour, because this is just for you guys. This is for us to come together, and every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m., we talk about the challenges, real life challenges in our relationships, so that you guys can really, truly get the tools that you need. And I want to make sure you guys can hear me. So if you guys can hear me, I just realized my microphone was hiding. Huntington Beach, woohoo! You're not too far from me. Getting my microphone so you guys can hear me okay. So start to share with me, you guys. Where's everyone at? So we have a Huntington Beach person. Again, not too far. Love it. Love me some Huntington Beach. Hopefully this microphone isn't driving you guys crazy. Let's see. Let's make it to where you guys can hear me. So here's what I want to do, guys. I want you guys just giving me a heads up, giving me a hello. Can you hear me? Paulina, I know you can hear me. You're in Huntington Beach. And if you guys are hear me, or you can hear me okay and see me okay, just give me yes, thumbs up. We see you. I'm going to go ahead and share this to my page because we're going to talk about some really cool stuff tonight, you guys. As you know, this is kind of like your relationship reboot. This is January. It's a time when people are starting to do new things. I'm going to share this real quick. I'm going to tell people to come join me. Come talk about your relationship. Come learn how to get a relationship reboot because it's the new year. And what else are we going to do? We're doing our nutrition. We're doing our fitness routines. Like, let's get a recalibration of our relationship. Come join me. Yay. Let's get some people over here. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull up my notes so that I stay on task with you guys tonight at 6:30. I know you guys probably have some other things you're gonna do, but let's get you the information you need for your midweek love break. Get my microphone here so you guys can hear me. Okay, so if you guys are new to this, hi, welcome. I'm Robin D'Angelo. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm here in Laguna Hills. So for those of you who don't know where that is, I'm about an hour and a half south of Los Angeles on a good day, and an hour and a half north of San Diego, so Orange County. So it's just my passion to really, truly give you guys the information you need. If you can't come to me, let's get some information out there in the interweb so that you guys can really make your relationships epic. Like, that's my goal. I help couples to learn how to master the messiness of couplehood together to create your epic relationship. So this is one way I do that, is coming on live every Wednesday night for your midweek love breaks. And again, what better way to kick off the new year than to focus on your relationship with the most important person in your world, which is your partner. Hey, Carrie's here. Colorado Springs. Woo! Hopefully it's not too late for you tonight, Carrie. I just want to welcome you guys. I'm super glad to have you here live. And if you're watching the replay, awesome. Grab something to jot down some notes with. I'm old school. I love just taking notes with a pen and paper. But if you have, something where you type out notes, do it. And for those of you that are here with me live, feel free to put in comments as we're going. I will do my best to answer you. Just know there's a bit of a delay, so if I'm not answering right away, that's probably why. So if you guys were here with me last week, we talked about how mindset is kind of the focus for this month, right? Mindset is we're talking about how we think and our mental state impacts our relationships. And last week specifically, we talked about how you think about yourself, how you tell the world what you think about yourself, really truly impacts your relationship. It impacts your mood. So this week we're shifting things a little bit because we're talking about your mindset when it comes to your partner. That's right. We're talking about how you think about your partner, and what you think about your partner really truly matters in your relationship. So if you have a really shitty attitude about your partner, if you have a really negative mindset about who they are as a person or the things they've been doing lately, or even better, the things they haven't been doing lately, clearly it's going to impact their relationship. So, hey, Carrie, you said it's only 7:30 there. Awesome. Glad it's not too late. I'm going to grab my water, you guys. Ooh. So, it's really important to remember that if you're in this negative state, this negative mental place with your partner, they could be doing some of the most amazing things, right? They could be making your favorite meal for dinner like a couple nights a week. And it's just not going to feel super exciting because you're like, yeah, so when we're in that negative space, we find it really hard to actually appreciate our partners. So what I want to do is I want to help you guys, number one, like figure out ways where you're at. What is your mindset right now? And is it getting in the way of you actually being able to have a connected relationship? And then I'm going to give you guys some ways that you can shift that shitty mindset, that you can shift the negativity that you're feeling about your partner, toward your partner, all of that stuff. I'm going to help you guys be able to shift that so you can show up in your relationship, so you can really, truly appreciate your partner, so you can have the intimacy and the connectedness that you want. I mean, that's all any of us really want. We are wired to connect. Going back to like primal days, we are wired to be tribal people, communal people. We are wired to be social. And in order to be social, we have to get vulnerable. We have to feel connected and heard and understood, all that good stuff, so we can have a positive mindset about our partners. So let's focus on that. Taking a look at my notes, you guys. I want to stay on point. Here's something I want to start with, okay? Number one, the only way to change something is to figure out where the hell are you at in the first place. So, for those of you here watching, where are you at with your mindset with your partner? And if you're like, well, Robin, how in the world do I answer that? Here's how. I'm going to give you just a little something to do. So if you and I were in a room together, just the two of us, no one's around, your partner's not around, no one else is around, and I asked you, in the past week, how has your partner really shown up for you? Think about this for a minute. How has your partner really shown up for you? Maybe they did something unexpected that brought you joy or that just was helpful. Maybe you asked them to do something and you were like, oh, they really showed up. I want you to think about for a minute, in the past week, how has your partner really shown up for you? And just type it in. It could be one word. Carrie, I hear that right now you're in an unhappy place. I get that. Hang in there with me, girl, because I'm going to give you some ways to hopefully start to shift that a little bit, even the slightest bit. Remember, in order to create change in our relationships, we don't have to have these massive events that happen. Something I tell my clients all the time when I'm working with my couples is small things often are the things that matter and create the most change. Remember that. Doing small things often. John Gottman, I believe, said that. Small things often. It's the small things over time that create connection. And it's small things over time that can chip away at that relationship of yours. So going back to my question, you guys. In order to really identify, where am I at? What's my mindset with my partner right now? I want you guys to answer this question. In the past week, what's one way that my partner has really shown up for me? I don't even want to say one way. Can you list out a number of ways that your partner has shown up for you? Maybe they were, maybe you made a request and they just showed up for you. What are some ways that they have actually shown up for you? So John, you said, my lady is so frustrated in finding a job and all I can do is support her at this time. True. Except, do you know exactly how to support her? That's the question. Do you know how to really support your partner the way that they know how to be supported? Paulina, you said, they waited for me so we could get coffee together. Without caffeine, he can be so impatient, but this past weekend he waited on me so we could go enjoy it together. Awesome. And it can be those little things that really just shift your mindset, right? You're like, oh, God, babe, thanks. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Here's what I want you to do next. So you were able to think about and maybe identify a couple ways that your partner showed up for you this week. How has your partner let you down this week? Take a moment. Share them if you are feeling bold enough and courageous enough. How has your partner let you down in this past week? And I know it's only Wednesday, so we're going back just 3 days. How has your partner let you down in the last week? John, you said just to keep letting her know it will happen. And John, as long as that is the type of support that really keeps her in the mindset that she needs to be in, awesome, congrats, bravo. Sometimes our needs change a little bit when we're extra stressed. So it might be worth a conversation of like, hey babe, have you been feeling supported with me lately? I know this has been like a really, really tough, job search, and, I just want to make sure you're feeling supported by me. How's it been going? Anything else that you'd need from me? Little check-ins like that are great. So going back to this idea of how has your partner let you down in the past week? Share with us. Or if you're not feeling like sharing some of that, I just want you to notice the difference in your ability to come up with answers to those two questions. How has my partner really shown up for me in this past week? And how has my partner really let me down in this past week? Typically, if we're in more of a positive mindset with our partners, here's what I will tell my couples. It's probably easier for you to rattle off a number of things that your partner has done to really show up for you this week. Because when we're in a positive mindset, we notice the positive things. We appreciate those positive things. Think about that for a minute. Sorry guys, I have like a total dry throat, so I'll be sipping on my water all night. Keep that in mind. When you are in a positive state of mind, a positive mindset about your partner, you are much more likely to not only recognize the positive things they do or the things that make you feel loved and cared about, you're more likely to actually acknowledge them. And it's easier to pull them up. It's easier to access those in your mind. When you're in this place of negativity, when you have a mindset of frustration, constant irritation, aggravation, all the Asian words, right? You're going to say, yeah, there's a million ways that my partner let me down this week. It's so easy to identify those. When you notice that it's easier to identify the ways that your partner has let you down, you're probably in a negative mindset. So that's just one way to really check in with yourself. How am I feeling about my partner? How am I feeling about them? If they had something great happen for them at work today or this week, was I able to celebrate that with them? Or was I like, I don't even care? Was I irritated that something positive happened for them because I'm so frustrated with them by barely not talking to me this week? Yeah, Carrie. I mean, it's incredibly hard to feel connected to, appreciated, positive about our partners when we're not talking. Paulina, he's been easily aggravated lately, and honestly almost dismissed the positive small things for me. Absolutely. There's a ratio. It's called the 5-to-1 ratio, you guys. And here's something I want you to keep in mind. Remember, I made this for people, whether you're the one that is like aggro and you're totally irritated with your partner all the time, or you feel like your partner is, this video is for you. Here's something that you can do to kind of shift that mindset. It's called the 5-to-1 ratio. 5-to-1 being, if you can consciously tell yourself, I'm going to purposefully have 5 positive interactions to every 1 negative interaction with my partner. That will shift your mindset. This is research, you guys. This is science-based. It's evidence-based. This is all from the Gottman Institute. I love it. I'm a big Gottman geek. If you can start putting 5 positive interactions out there to 1, you start to shift your mindset. If your partner starts doing 5 positives to every 1 negative, your mindset starts to shift. Like Paulina said, if we are noticing more of the negatives, it's probably because there are more of them. So how do we shift that? Start purposefully looking for those positives. Johnny said she knows I have a house I am paying for out of state, but she keeps wanting me to move in with her. She knows I can't, sorry, my phone's covered up. She knows I can't support 2 households while she's not working. Yeah. So I hear lots of she knows, she knows, she knows. My question to you, John, would be, what do you know? What do you know about her experience? What do you know about how to shift the mindset when you get in that negative space? What do you know? And the reason I ask that, and this is for everyone watching, is anytime I ask any of my couples a question, if a couple's sitting across from me and I ask a question and they say, I don't know. I'm like, okay, fair enough. What do you know? And it just gets your mind to this place of, okay, what do I actually know about this? And it can shift a mindset. It can shift a conversation. So anytime you're listening to this stuff, you guys, and you're saying, you know what, I don't know, challenge yourself. Okay, I might not know that, but what do I know? What do I know? Cynthia, you said you're in the same boat as Carrie. I'm hoping you guys can take something away from this, or maybe even talk your partner into watching this later and get a thing or two. So that's the first part, right? Is figuring out, so where am I with my mindset? Am I in this negative space with my mindset? Am I in a positive space with my mindset? Is my partner in a negative space, mindset-wise, with me? Or are they in a positive? You will probably know pretty quickly based on behaviors and things like that, reactions, responses to things. The next thing, you guys, I want you to think about if you find yourself constantly frustrated with your partner or constantly in this place of negativity. This might sound cheesy. Hang in there. Having an attitude of gratitude. Who has ever heard this before? Raise your hand. Say me. Say I've heard this, Robin, and I think it's amazing. Or, Robin, I think it's a crock. Share with me. What do you guys think about this idea of having an attitude of gratitude? What do you guys think? Do you think it works? Do you think there's value to this? I will tell you, yes, there is, and here's why. Research, you guys, research tells us that having an attitude of gratitude changes our interactions with everyone. Paulina, me, it's so hard when I don't see my partner having it as well. Super hard. Super hard. Share this video with them, Paulina. Here's why. I don't want to say it's magic because it's not magic, but there is some power to gratitude. First of all, gratitude is a choice. This is the really cool thing. If you choose to say, I am going to take, let's start small. I'm going to take all of tomorrow, and I'm going to purposely prime my brain before my feet even hit the ground in the morning. And I'm going to say to myself, okay, 5 things that I'm grateful for when it comes to my partner. Notice I didn't say 5 things I love about them. Notice I didn't say 5 things that make them amazing, because you know what? If you're in that negative mindset, finding something you love about them and you find amazing about them can be nearly impossible. So start small. What's one thing that I'm grateful for? How do they bring value into our relationship? How do they bring value into my life? Start there. Sometimes for busy parents or busy couples, it's getting to the basics. Like, well, she took the trash out this morning and I didn't ask her to. That was helpful. Right? And I use that example because I actually ran out of the house and forgot to take the trash out this morning. So sorry, babe, if you're watching. But these are the little things. It's taking the time before your feet even hit the ground in the morning to consciously think, what are 5 things that I'm grateful for with my partner? This actually primes your brain, by the way, to start out the day looking for and noticing the positives. You know, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen things like The Secret and the laws of attraction and all this stuff. And like, I don't know if I subscribe to all that, but what I do believe in is I believe in our moods a lot of the time are a choice. Our mindset, a lot of the times, is a choice, and it's our choice. So, Cynthia, you said been trying, but he's a little sour, but it does help a little with breaking the silence and inaction. Awesome. Awesome, Cynthia. So, here's what I want you guys to do to build the attitude of gratitude. 5 things before your feet hit the ground in the morning. 5 things you appreciate about them. Throughout the day, I want you to say to yourself, like, I'm going to make it a point to notice all the things that I appreciate about my partner. Maybe it's the fact that they're not bothering me while I'm at work. I appreciate that. Maybe it's the fact that I got a text throughout the day. I appreciate that. What am I grateful for? And what I want to challenge you guys to do, just do this for 24 hours. Constantly be thinking, make a list in your phone. Read it out loud to yourself. And by the end of your day, I want to encourage you. Mention one of them to your partner. Mention it in a way that says, I've been thinking about this. And maybe you guys are in the middle of conflict. Do it anyway. I know we haven't been in a great space. Cynthia, like you said, maybe there's some silence. I know we haven't been talking very much, but I just want to let you know. I really appreciate you going out of your way earlier this morning to pack lunches for the kids. It was helpful. Thank you. And you can leave it at that. But if you guys start to do this exercise, you will start to notice a shift in your mindset. Doesn't mean you're not going to be pissed off at your partner. We all get pissed off at our partners. Period. They get pissed off at us. You have a choice what you want to do with that. To wrap up the end of your day, whether you say something to your partner or not that you're grateful for, I want you to, when your head hits the pillow at night, when it hits the pillow, 5 more things. 5 more things. I want to remind myself what I'm grateful for. It shifts your mindset before you even go to bed. This helps so much. Oh, Maggie, I'm so glad. Hey, Nicole, welcome. Talking about shifting our negative mindsets about our partners. Having a party here. It's your midweek love break, guys. So we started off by saying, here's how you check in and find out what is your mindset. The next thing you're doing is you're saying, okay, time to shift this crappy mindset. Time to shift out of the negativity. I'm going to start building gratitude, even if I'm pissed off, even if I'm hurt, even if I'm lonely. Because guess what, you guys, we all feel these things in our relationship, and we are the only one that can pull us out of this. I can't tell you how many couples I work with that will say, Robin, I've been trying all week. I've been doing everything she asked me to, and it's never enough. And I'll check in with the other partner. And the other partner will end up saying something like I'm just pissed, and I don't want to thank them. I don't want them to be doing these things because I'm not ready to receive it. I'm angry. Putting pride aside is real. Shannon says, saying what you are grateful for versus thinking it is different. That takes a lot of maturity. Amen, sister. And a lot of emotion regulation. I will tell you that. It's gratitude is super helpful, but definitely takes humility. It really does. It requires you to take your stuff and set it aside, even for a moment, you guys, even for a split moment. Because when we can get out of our own way and we can set our stuff aside enough to say, hey, I see you. I see not only the things that piss me off and drive me crazy and make me lose my mind. I see all the things that remind me why I said yes to you. I see the reasons why every night I go to bed next to you. And every night I come home to you, or whatever whatever it is that shows your commitment to that partner. So gratitude, you guys. I read a quote one time that said that gratitude is a gift you give, right? And so if you have gratitude, but you never give it or you never share it, it's like wrapping up a present, there's your gratitude, and never giving it to anyone. It's like you're holding this little present that's got this beautiful bow on it, and you spent all this time and you love it and you created this beautiful thing, but you didn't give it to anyone. You didn't share it. Gratitude is meant to be shared, and it will definitely shift your mindset. All right, Shannon, you love it. It's adorable. Okay, here's the last one, you guys, and this is the most important one. I need water for this. Get a little dry. Share with me, you guys. Everyone who's watching right now, who's live, even if you're watching the replay, I want you to put in the comments, what's one thing you're grateful for about your partner? Just one thing. First thing that comes to mind. It can be big, it can be small. What's one thing you're grateful for while I take my sip? Go for it. I want to see, guys. Think outside the box. Think outside the box. What's one thing you're grateful for? Are you grateful that you have someone to go home to tonight? Are you grateful that they get up and go to work every day? Giving. Financial support when I'm having a tough time. A lot to be grateful for. Lot to be grateful for. How about that sometimes my partner, Brandon, I may or may not be talking to you, puts up with my crazy. Puts up with my roller coaster of moods. Nicole, you said he's handy with humor. Humor could be a godsend in relationships, especially when they're struggling, right? Just being able to have that partner that you can look at and go, oh God, and literally have like that belly laugh. Keep this going, you guys. The idea of gratitude. It can change everything. And the whole point in being here tonight is learning how to shift that mindset of yours. All right, here's the last one. Get something to write down. Make sure you're listening up. Turn up the volume. Is there generosity in your heart for your partner? Think about this for a minute. Do you have generosity? Here's what I mean by that. Do you assume the most generous things about your partner's words, about your partner's intentions, and about your partner's behaviors, about their actions? Generosity. Do you give them the benefit of the doubt? When they do something or say something that maybe you don't agree with, or that shocks you, or that you're like, are you kidding me? What? Can you take a moment and approach it with generosity, with this idea of, I'm giving my partner the benefit of the doubt that they take me and our relationship and our situation and our lives and our marriage into account when they said XYZ, when they did XYZ, or that their intentions had us at the top of mind. Generosity. As you guys hear this, I want to hear what's coming up for you. Is this a struggle? Is this something that you guys do automatically? How do you create that sense of generosity if it's not there? Great question, right? For those of you that are watching, I mean, have you ever had that moment where your partner says, God, I feel like you think I'm like such a dick. It's like you think I'm a jerk all the time. Have you ever heard that before? Or what would make you think I would go out of my way to hurt you? Have you ever had these thoughts? Maybe you haven't said them. Paulina, you said, I feel like I assume the worst in his intentions. I feel this is a big struggle for me. But in my defense, I feel like I've been proven right so many times. Here's the thing. Our brains are wired to pain-proof us. Do you know what this means? This means your brain is always on the lookout for danger. This means your brain is always scanning your surroundings, especially for you ladies that are here. Our brains are big time, always scanning for, what do I have to look out for? What's danger that I need to be aware of? What are some things that I just need to always be aware of? Unfortunately, we are not wired to be constantly looking around for joy and beautiful things. It's great when they catch our eye and our attention, but we are not naturally wired to be searching for those because they don't bring us value. The brain doesn't see it as value yet. So, Paulina, the fact that you assume the worst in his intentions probably comes from the fact that, yes, you've seen, you haven't been disappointed there. Except I'm going to challenge you, all of you watching right now, for the next 48 hours, practice this idea of assuming generous things, assuming generosity, that your partner has the best of intentions, that your partner is thinking about you in the relationship, that you matter, and that if they do something that we'd call stupid, if we do something that seems completely thoughtless, if they do something that they mess up in our eyes, I want you to grant them a little bit of grace for 48 hours. Challenge your norm. If your norm is to be like, holy shit, are you kidding me? And to dive into what were you thinking? I want to challenge you. Cynthia, you said, not going to lie, I'm truly working on generosity. I've caught myself, but I feel like sometimes I can't help it. It drives yourself crazy. You guys, you're not alone. Our wiring of our brain is to look for danger and to avoid it. Some of you guys have heard the story, but I'm going to tell you the story about when I was on the back of a scooter in Bali. I love this story. Terrified, by the way. I do not want to be on a scooter in Bali, but my friend that I was there with said, Robin, we got to do this because we need to get to the beach and there's no other way. Let's go. And so I hop on the back of a scooter with this Balinese, scooter driver. And he's like, all right, hold on, girl. I'm terrified. I'm shaking. And he's calm. I'm pretty sensitive to energies, and I'm holding on to this guy for dear life. And have you guys ever been to or seen people like driving around in any place like Indonesia or India or Cambodia? I've been to all these places, you guys. This traffic is insane to me because somehow it looks completely out of control. It looks like chaos, and there are little to no accidents. It blows my mind. Anyway, so I'm holding on for dear life, and this guy is really calm. Like, I can feel his energy, but I also feel the bike, like, swerving in and out. I'm just like, oh God, just get us to the beach. Longest 20 minutes on the back of a scooter ever. So we get there, and I'm literally shaking. I have so much adrenaline going. For those of you who know me, I'm such a wuss when it comes to adrenaline coursing through my veins. And I asked him, I said, how in the world do you guys do this? Oh, I love this. He looked at me and he said, oh, you Westerners. And I said, okay, this is going to be a lesson. I need to listen up. And sure enough, it is. And I share this with everyone I work with, you guys, because it's important. He said, you Westerners are so trained to go through life looking for danger. He didn't say go through life. He said, you guys are the way you drive is you're looking for what to watch out for. You're looking for, oh God, I don't want to go there. You guys hit your brakes. He's like, I don't hit my brakes. Did you feel me hit my brakes on that thing? I'm like, no, I didn't actually, unless we were stopping. He said, because we learned that when we're driving down the street, it's not looking out for things. It's looking for openings. He said, and then we look for opportunities and we get in there. And he literally was doing this with his hands. He said, and there's an opening and we scoot in there. And there's an opening and we scoot in there. And I was just like, kapow. Mind blown right there. He said, you Westerners are always looking out for what to avoid, and we are looking for the openings. So I want you guys considering this. Nicole, you like that? I love it. I want you guys to think about, in the next 48 hours, creating the attitude of gratitude, the 5 things before your feet hit the ground, the throughout the day, 5 things before you fall asleep when your head hits the pillow. And I want you guys thinking about, where are the openings? Paulina, I love that too. It's my favorite Bali story. Where are the openings, you guys? Look for the openings. Look for the opportunities. Find your partner doing something awesome. Because they do. I promise. You wouldn't be with them if there wasn't something amazing about them. And oftentimes when I'm working with couples, they've completely disconnected from that part of their partner. Either they're not willing to see it, or they just haven't had the reminder of, look at that person sitting next to you right now. There's parts of them that are amazing, that rock. That's why you said yes. Get back to that. even for just a moment. So I just want to encourage all of you watching right now. Take moments over the next 48 hours and look for the openings. Create the attitude of gratitude. This is going to massively shift your mindset about your partner. You want to know why? Because you're choosing to. No one is in charge of your mindset except you. How awesome is that? Because that means you are the only one who can change it. Stop looking to your partner to change how you feel about them. Yeah, it's going to help when they're awesome, like extra, extra awesome. But it's not their job. It's not their job to make you like them. It's not their job. What do you guys think? Has this been helpful? Are you ready to go out there, starting tonight, by the way, and practice the gratitude? Are you ready to start the generosity of assuming generous things about your partner? Are you guys ready to try this? Are you ready to shift your mindset about your partner? Let me get a yes from you guys. Come on, let me get some thumbs ups. Let me get some yeses. Let's get some hell yes. Robin, I'm ready. Because staying in a negative mindset is exhausting, people. You're using all the wrong parts of your brain, by the way. You're using all the wrong parts. So give me some hearts, give me some thumbs up, give me a hell yes. I'm ready. Doesn't mean you have to be like super confident or super courageous. It's just, are you ready? Are you ready to try something different? Yes. Cynthia, yes. I see thumbs. I see yes. I see yeses. Awesome. You guys, this is why I do this. This is why I come on and I give you guys the information that you need to start making changes right away. Paulina, you said I'm excited to put these into play. I might set alarms for the morning and evening to remind me to think of 5 positives to help me get in the routine of this. Love it. Love it, you guys. It's up to you. Figure out what works for you. Set alarms. I love the idea of alarms. Some people already have morning routines where there might be yoga or there might be breakfast. That's a great time if you forget before your feet hit the ground. Just to yourself, quietly, mindfully. And if you're in the area and you feel like these are great, Robin, and I love this and I'm going to try this, but I really need more from my partner and I need them to step up or I need them to watch these, share it with them. Share the video. This is, if you're here on Instagram, awesome, The Happy Couple Expert. If you're here on Facebook, awesome, The Happy Couple Expert. All of these videos end up on my website, thehappycoupleexpert.com. But for now, they're all hosted. You can see all of the old ones, current ones on my Facebook page, The Happy Couple Expert. Go back, share it with your partner. And you know what? If this just isn't enough and you're ready to deep dive and you want to come in and do some work, give me a call. Let's do this. Let's get to work together. Oftentimes, I get those people that say, Robin, I've been putting this stuff into play for a while. I just need my partner on board, and it's too hard because they're not willing to watch this stuff, but they're actually willing to come in and talk. I'm like, cool, come on in, let's do this. And if you're not local, not to worry. I offer, weekend or full day couples retreats, I was going to say, but they're private. I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to do the group thing. No worries. I don't want to do the group thing either. Not yet anyways. Come in, get your partner. Let's do one-on-one. You, your partner, me. Nicole, Robin's amazing to work with. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. It's when something is your passion and when you love as much as I do and when you know what's possible in relationships, if you have the right support, the right environment, and the right tools, I kind of love what I do, and I think it comes out in my work. So, I just want to encourage you guys, if you're looking for that extra support, check out all the videos that I do, but give me a call. If it's time to really, get that deep dive and get the experiential aspect of this, which just means you come in and you actually experience it, let's do it. I'd love to hear from you guys. Okay, awesome, you guys. Well, I'm going to head out of here. Can't wait to see you next week. We're staying online with the whole mindset. Last week we did mindset about yourself. Go check it out on Facebook if you haven't seen it. This week was mindset about your partner. Guess what next week is? Mindset about your relationship. The missing piece. It's like the triangle. It's like me, you, and us. So, hang out with me next week, you guys. If you have questions, put them in the comments. I'll get to them. If you're watching the replay, thanks so much for hanging out. And for those of you here live, have such a lovely, lovely night. And mwah, big love. Talk to you guys all in a week. And reach out if you have questions. All right.